Okay, so this is a quick solution for healthy food to bring with you on the go. If you want to avoid being tempted by, food that you can find in parties or in shops, so that's what I do to avoid being tempted by stupid food. Um, so sometimes I make that food with either fat, mostly fat like this, or sometimes I use more protein like egg yolks, for example. But let's say the protein is pretty easy to get from my diet, but the fat is not so easy, and especially magnesium, iron, sometimes potassium is not easy for me to get, and vitamin E is not easy to get from my diet. So I like to make those that contain those nutrients, so this way I'm not deficient. So um I can use either coconut oil or a stack of raw butter, 250 gram, or maybe some 62% fat cream, or I use wheat germ oil, which is some of the richest food in vitamin E. Vitamin E is pretty difficult to find from normal food, and it's so important, especially for women. So and it's cheap. It's like, I don't know, uh, $5-10. I mean, it's like about 50 kroners or so for the bottle like this. Actually, there is a Helsemin shop in Denmark. Copenhagen provides a bottle a bit bigger for the same price, and I would say the quality is a bit better than this one. But anyway, I'll show you later. But so, and this, the point about using that, the wheat germ oil, is that it's also faster um, to use than if you use coconut oil or butter that you have to first melt before you can actually use it when mixing the ingredients. So if you're looking for super fast, the fastest speed and the most nutrition, this is the best. But coconut oil has, I mean, it's very nutritious. You can just Google the thing. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, of course, recently there is some false news on coconut oil, but the truth is, coconut oil is really helpful for the brain and the nervous system and the rest of it. I mean, so but it doesn't have vitamin E, so that's the point of using that there. All right, so choose how much fat you want to have. Put it in some kind of container like this, or so, maybe bigger, I don't know. And then choose a sweetener of some kind. I use electrolyte powder because it's super rich in nutrients. Like, it as a sweetener, it has stevia. I mean, it's not really a stevia. It's not really a sweetener by itself. It's just that it has stevia in it. And now that I'm so healthy for so long, I don't really need health like sweet stuff. So just 2 scoops of it will give me plenty of sweetness in my recipe. And this is also super rich in trace minerals, potassium, magnesium, those things I have the tendency to be deficient in. So maybe 2 scoops of these will be very helpful. And if I show that to a customer, I'm telling you, this is like, yeah, definitely the deal is made with this one. Now, if for any reason customer doesn't like the stevia or whatever, then I use either licorice root powder. I'm in Denmark now, so that's all in Danish. But anyway, this is great for people who have tendency to have low blood pressure or too much stress, because it decreases the cortisol. Now, if you're dealing with someone who has too high blood pressure, then don't use that. Find some other sweetener. Anyway, another thing that I really like to have is diatomaceous earth. Now, the problem about that is that Denmark prevents, like, you cannot find this diatomaceous earth in Denmark at all. I tried to find it for years and I didn't find it. So the only way to get it is to buy it from Germany or UK online, eBay or whatever. And it's really cheap, and it's super healthy for bones and all kind of other situation. So it's to strengthen bones. It's awesome. And then I use cacao. Now you have to know cacao can be a problem for the nervous system if you eat it too close to the evening, to the time when you're trying to sleep. But it's also super rich in iron and magnesium. So I have tendency to be deficient in those. And that's why, you know, sometimes if you go around in shops and stuff and you cannot prevent yourself from buying chocolate stuff, you know you're deficient in any of those, you know, either magnesium or iron or something that cacao has. So I take 10 spoons of those in my recipe, easy. Okay, so and then I eat maybe 1 meal a day, and I have my recipe at the end of the meal. So this way there is no problem to sleep later. Okay, and then sometime I will use maca, all kind of other things, maybe ginseng. This is ginseng. I'm so fond of it. It's great for energy and really great for the brain and all that. And other powders that I like to play with, but the main thing is cacao. Okay, so the simplicity of it is, you know, you find your main ingredient. In my case, going to be fat right now, and then your sweetener and your powders. You mix the whole thing, and you choose a container to bring the thing with. Where is it? So if you want to for it to look really nice, you can put it in a glass container, whatever. And then you can make truffles, you can make a cake, you can make any kind of paste of some kind that you can play with. So hopefully this shows how to make a quick, easy. I mean, it takes me like 15 minutes to make, and it doesn't matter really the quantities. Like even if it's a whole container of this thing, it can be absolutely fast to make. You just simply mix the whole thing and that's it. And then you can make of course, if you want to make truffles, it's going to take longer. But if you just want to make a tiny cake, it takes like, what, 5 minutes? All right. Hopefully that helps. Let me know. I really want to help. So let me know if this helps. And okay. Bye.